Hey yogis, welcome to Slow Flow Yoga and Reiki. Katie here. Tonight we're going to be doing a slow flow class to connect with the physical senses. If you have been feeling like you're in your head a lot and stressed out, worrying, anxious, this is a good class to get you out of your head and back into your body, reconnecting with your physical world and present moment, the only moment that really matters. So tonight we're only going to need one prop. We're going to need just a single blanket, and a bolster or cushion is optional because we will be starting class with seated pranayama. So go ahead and grab your props and then meet me in a comfortable seated position on the blanket or bolster, or just straight on your mat if you prefer. Take a big breath in as you close your eyes and rest your hands down on your lap. And exhale, let it go. Inhaling again, breathing deep into your lower belly. And release. Take another deep breath on your own, feeling your spine grow taller, feeling your shoulders drop down. And allow yourself to become fully present here and now on your mat. And as you take your next breath in, we'll prepare for square breathing. We'll be inhaling, holding the breath, and exhaling, holding the breath for a count of 4. Take a big breath in and out to begin. Inhale. And release. And inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Last round, breathe in. Hold. Exhale. Last hold. Beautiful job. Take an inhale and let your breath return to normal. And inhale another deep breath. Sweep your arms up over your head. Reach with your fingertips. And as you exhale, take your hands together. Draw your hands down to your heart. Spend the next few moments setting your intention, making a commitment to yourself, to others. Stay fully present in the moment for this practice and connect with your physical senses, or to release stress, or whatever other intention might serve your practice tonight. Once that intention is set, inhale, lift your arms back up over your head. Look up between your hands. And exhale, float your hands back down. Bring your chin back down. And if you were sitting on a bolster or a blanket, go ahead and move that out of the way. We are going to take the right knee on top of the left knee and flex both of our feet as we stack our knees here. It's okay if the right knee is floating up and not completely touching the left knee. That's all right. Take a big breath in where you're at. Lengthen up through your back. And exhale, begin to fold forward. Relaxing your head down. And as you settle into this pose, pay attention to where you're feeling this pose in your body. Bringing your attention to your lower back, noticing what you feel here. And shift your awareness down to your glutes and your hips. Notice what you feel here. Take a big inhale and shift your awareness to the outer edge of the hip and your right IT band. And even down further on the right leg. Notice what you're feeling here. Take another inhale. Lift yourself back up. And then take your right hand behind you. Bring your left hand on your right knee and then twist over to the right. Look behind you, pulling that right knee over to the left. Breathe into your belly here. Inhale. And exhale, see if you can twist just a little deeper. And inhale, come forward. Take your left hand down by your left side. Take your right hand and bind with your right big toe. And then begin to lift your right leg out to the side and extend it. You can absolutely keep that right knee bent. Take another breath in. And exhale, release the knee back down. We're going to take the right knee and move it behind us. Still keeping a little bend in that right knee. Keeping that left leg bent forward in front. Take an inhale and lift up through your back. And exhale, fold forward and down. You can bring your forearms in front to cradle your forehead. Feel yourself press down into the earth. Notice everything that you're feeling in this pose. And then inhale, begin to lift yourself back up. And we'll move to the other side. We'll take the left knee over the right this time. And inhale, lengthen up through your back. And exhale, fold forward and down. Bringing your awareness into the left side of your body now. Beginning at the lower back. And shifting that awareness down the glute, down the hip. Down the side of the left leg and all the way down to the left foot. Inhale, coming all the way up, taking the left hand behind you, right hand on the left knee, pulling that left knee over to the right and twisting, looking behind you. Inhale, lengthen up a little bit taller. And exhale, maybe twist a little further back. Beautiful. Inhale, come forward. Right hand plants down by the right side. Bind with your left big toe and your left fingers. And then take a breath in. Extend your left leg off to the side, lifting it up. Slight bend in your knee. Breathe in here. And then exhale, release your foot. Take your left knee down and scoot it behind you. Pull that left hip forward just a little bit as you inhale and lengthen up through your spine. And then exhale, begin to come down to your mat. Relax your forehead down. And inhale, lift yourself back up. We're going to take the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. And before we go anywhere, we're going to take a little heart opener here since we've done some forward folding. Take your hands behind your back. Roll your shoulder blades together and then breathe in, lift up your chest and lift your gaze. Bringing your awareness to the center of the chest and feeling that opening and expansion here. One last breath in. You're going to exhale, bring your chest forward, and then come down into another forward fold with Baddha Konasana legs. With your next breath in, lift yourself back up and bring your knees together. Plant your feet in front of you. And take an exhale, lower all the way down onto your back, scooting your feet in close to you. Feel your shoulders roll down and plant. Feel your feet plant down. Take an inhale, begin to scoop your hips up for bridge pose. Clasping your hands underneath your back, lifting up through your hips. Notice the parts of your body that are stretching out and pressing up. And also notice the parts of your body that are pressing down into your mat and grounding you down as you work through this asana. Exhale, release your hips back down. Extend your legs out in front of you and take your arms out into a T with the elbows bent. Take a breath in and lift up your chest just slightly here, relaxing the other parts of your body. Taking 3 cleansing breaths in and out through your nose. Very good. You can bend your knees, plant your feet down, and then bring your knees slowly in towards your chest and wrap your arms around your legs. We're going to make our way up to a seat, so feel free to rock up and down on your spine. Coming up, bring your legs out to the side, coming onto all fours, and then opening your knees out. Bring your toes to touch together, sinking down into a child's pose, reaching your fingertips towards the front of the mat. Forehead relaxes down, keep the back of your neck nice and long. And take a deep breath in here. Exhale, let it go. Notice what you're feeling in this pose. Inhale, lift up your head. Move your hands back. You're going to bring the knees together and then shift forward so you can tuck your toes underneath. Walk your hands back, come to a kneeling position, and then inhale, lift up your arms. And exhale, draw your hands down to your heart. Bringing your awareness to your feet. Noticing the toes, noticing the arch in the bottom of the foot, noticing the ankles and the calves. With your next breath out, release your hands down, bring them behind your back for a clasp. Then take a breath in, lift up your chest and your gaze. And exhale, bring your chest forward and your back to neutral. We're going to move into bound chair pose from here. Feel free to release your clasp, or you can play with keeping it while you shift forward. And then lift your knees up, bringing your heels down, coming up into a chair pose. Take a breath in here. And then exhale, fold yourself forward, straightening out the knees just a bit. Pressing the hands towards the back of your head. Notice everything that you're feeling in the back of your body. And notice if what you're feeling changes at all when you inhale or when you exhale. Inhale, come up to standing. Bring your feet hip width apart if they aren't already. Release your clasp and find Tadasana. Palms open towards the front of you. Straightening your back. Keeping your chest lifted. Inhale, lift up your arms. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Prepare to step forward with the right leg. Take an inhale. And exhale, right foot steps forward. Bend the right knee over the ankle. Position the back foot for Virabhadrasana 1. Heels planted down. Toes are turning slightly at an angle to the left. Pulling that left hip forward, tucking in Uddiyana Bandha, and then lift your arms up. There's a lot happening physically with this pose. So I invite you to notice the left side of your body as a whole, feeling the back of the left foot press down. You're feeling the back left leg. And turn your attention to the right side of the body. What's happening here as opposed to the left? Take another breath in. And then exhale, take your hands all the way down to frame your right foot, and then spin your back toes to face the front of the mat and lift up your back heel. Step back to plank pose. And then lower your knees down, again tucking the toes underneath, moving the hands to the knees. Back to Vajrasana. Inhale, lift up your arms. And exhale, hands down to the heart. Pausing here, noticing the feet, the ankles, and the calves, or whatever other sensations you are feeling in this pose. Your next breath, release your hands down, bring them behind your back for a clasp, and reverse your clasp with the opposite thumb on top. Lower belly pulls in as you inhale, and the chest lifts up. And exhale, chest comes forward, prepare to step into chair pose. Chest comes forward, come back, lift up one knee and then the other. Bring your heels down as you come up with feet hip width apart for bound chair. Take a breath in. And exhale, fold forward, press your hands forward. Inhale, come all the way up, releasing your clasp, finding mountain pose Tadasana. Take a few breaths to adjust to this new orientation in your body, noticing how your body is feeling, and feeling your feet press down into the mat underneath you. Breathe in, arms float up. Exhale, hands down into prayer in front of heart center. Prepare to step forward with the left foot. Take an inhale. And then exhale, left foot steps forward. Bend the left knee. Position the right foot for warrior one. Pull the right hip forward. Lift the arms up. Noticing sensations here, noticing the right side of the body. Noticing the left side of the body. One last breath in. Inhale, reach with your fingers. Exhale, hands come all the way down to the mat. Spin your back toes forward, step back plank. Lower the knees, tuck the toes, come back. Finding Vajrasana, inhaling arms up. And exhaling hands down to the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, untuck your toes, bring your hands down in front of you, and then walk your hands forward. And then lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. Bringing your hands next to your ribs and pressing the tops of your feet down to your mat. And as you take your next inhale, you can lift yourself up to Bhujangasana. It can be a high cobra, it can be a low cobra, whatever you're feeling like today. But do notice whatever you're feeling in this pose. Noticing the back of the body, noticing the front of the body, and also noticing the hands and the feet. Take an inhale here. Exhale, come down to your mat. We're going to inhale and press up to hands and knees, and then walk our hands forward a few inches. Fingers are going to spread out nice and wide. Tuck your toes again. Knees lift up and hips press back with your exhale, finding downward facing dog. This is our first downward dog of class. So if you need to move in any particular way to settle yourself into this pose, feel free. Bring your awareness to the parts of your body that are pressing down into your mat. And bring your awareness to the parts of your body that are lifted. Noticing how the back of the body is feeling in this pose. And noticing how the front of the body is feeling in this pose. Take an inhale and lift up your heels. Place a bend in your knees and then take small steps all the way up to the front of the mat, keeping the feet hip width apart. Take an inhale and halfway lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees and plant your hands down onto your mat. Step back with your left foot coming into a lunge. The back knee is going to come down, untuck your toes. And then inhale, lift up for Anjaneyasana. Very good. With your exhale, you can take your hands all the way down to your mat and then prepare to walk your hands back. And as you walk your hands back, begin to straighten out your right leg. We're going to sink our hips down towards the left heel and then lift the right toes up. Feel free to keep a blanket underneath your hips for a little bit more space and support. Take an inhale and lift up through your crown. And with your exhale, if you feel comfortable enough, you can fold forward. And as you fold forward, notice how that feels in your right leg. If you find the feeling is a little bit too intense, you can put some more bend in your right knee and come up a little bit more. Last breath in here. And release it. And then inhale, straighten out your back. Begin to re-bend your right knee and walk your hands forward. We're going to keep our left hand planted down, scoot it forward just a few inches, and then bend your left knee, hugging in the foot. Then option to reach behind with your right hand and bind with your left foot, hugging it in. Twisting to look behind you. Breathe out, release your foot back down. Bring your hand back underneath your shoulder, left hand underneath the left shoulder. Then lift up your left knee like we're in a lunge, and then take another inhale, spin with the upper part of your back, reach up with your right hand. Noticing this pose in your body, noticing the right side of the body and the left side of the body. Take another inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down, step back, moving straight to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up your heels, and exhale, place a generous bend in your knees. Begin to take small steps all the way up to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift up your torso, and exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees and plant your hands down. And this time, step back with your right leg, coming into a lunge. And then the right knee lowers down. Breathe in, lift up, Anjaneyasana, left side. One last inhale here. And then exhale, hands come down. Begin to walk your hands back towards the back of the mat as the left leg straightens out. Inhale, lift up through the top of the head. Drop the shoulders down. And then exhale, soft bend in your left knee as you fold forward. With your next inhale, you can lift yourself up out of your forward fold and begin to walk your hands forward as your left knee rebends. Bring your right hand a few inches in front of you, and you can bend your right knee, hugging in the foot. Option to reach behind you with your left hand, bind with your right foot, and twist to look behind you. Noticing what this pose feels like in the right hip, The right leg. Sending your breath into those areas if there's any tension or any resistance to this pose. Last breath in. Exhale, let the breath go, let the foot go. You can bring your left hand in front, scoot your right hand back next to your left foot and underneath your right shoulder. Lift your back knee up again, and then with your inhale, reach up with your left hand for a twisted lunge. Inhale, really reaching up with your fingertips. Exhale, left hand comes down. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale and slowly begin to roll yourself forward into plank pose. And then exhale, bring your knees down and release yourself down onto your belly. We'll take the forearms underneath the forehead. Taking a few calming, cleansing breaths in and out through your nose. With your next inhale, you can lift your head up and then bring your hands behind your back for a clasp. Inhaling to lift up your chest, and then pointing your toes, lifting up your legs, finding locust pose, pulling your chest up by pulling the back of your hands towards the back of the room, pulling back with the tips of your toes. This pose activates the whole body. So notice that activation and notice your body pressing down as your whole body works to keep yourself supported and lifted. Relax your gaze, take another inhale. And exhale, come down. Bring your hands next to your chest. Then inhale, come up through hands and knees. Exhale, press back to child's pose. With your next breath, lift your head up. Move your hands back and swing your legs out to the side. Bring them around front. And once your legs are in front, you can lower yourself all the way down to your back. Take a moment to settle yourself here. And once you have settled into the transition onto your back, you can bend your knees, bring them towards your chest, but not all the way in. We'll take the right foot and flex it, and then bring the right ankle across the left thigh for reclining pigeon pose. You can keep the left knee lifted or take it down. You can also take your hands behind the left knee and then pull it in, pressing the right knee away. Bring your awareness to your right hip. Becoming aware of how the outer hip feels and how the inner hip feels. Noticing any other sensations that might be in your right thigh or your knee or down the right calf. Take a few cleansing breaths here, breathing into those areas that you are feeling, those sensations. Inhaling and exhaling, releasing tension. Your next breath out, if your left knee was lifted, go ahead and release your left foot down. And then inhale, extend your right leg up. You can point and flex your right foot. Move however you need to with your right leg. Once you're ready to go to the opposite side, you can bring both knees a little closer in, then left ankle comes across the right thigh. Both feet are flexed. Feel free to pull your right knee in or keep your right foot grounded down. And with your next inhale, bring your awareness to the left hip. Maybe this side feels a little bit different than the right. Need to work your awareness down the left hip and the left leg. And notice what you're feeling there. Take 3 more breaths on this side of reclining pigeon. And release your right knee, bring your right foot down. Feel free to lift up your left leg, moving the foot, rolling the ankle. Feel free to bring your left leg down and extend it. Take an inhale, lift up both of your knees, and exhale, hug them in towards your chest. And you can find a gentle rock back and forth. You can pause the next time you come back through center, and then take your feet into your hands, finding happy baby. With your next exhale, release your feet, and you can either make yourself nice and comfortable on your back for Shavasana, extending your legs, bringing your arms by your sides, or you can sit up for seated meditation. Wherever you're at, allow your eyes to close. Take a deep breath in, breathing into your belly. Exhale, releasing, breathing out from your belly. Inhale, inviting in some calm and peace and stillness. And as you exhale and release your breath, feel your whole body relax. If you would like to receive Reiki energy healing during your meditation, during your Shavasana, set your intention to receive it. Take another inhale. Exhale, release distractions, both inner distractions and outer distractions. Allow your mind to focus softly as your breath moves in and down. Take a slow and deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Inhale again. Breathe in peace. Breathe in trust. Breathe in love. Exhale, release. You're going to find some movements, wiggling your fingers and your toes. If you are lying down on your back, you can gently roll to one side and then press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Once you are seated, take an inhale. Lift your arms up over your head. And exhale, draw your hands down to your heart. Take a moment to bring yourself back into the present moment. And remember the intention that you set for your practice tonight. Holding that intention in your mind and in your heart, send your gratitude towards it and feel free to keep it with you throughout the rest of your evening or for as long as it serves you. Thank you all so much for joining me and my cat tonight. I hope you have a lovely evening, and I will see you all on Thursday. Namaste.